In this video, we're talking B-roll. What is B-roll, why shoot B-roll, and what to consider before you start shooting it. This video will help potential BKAT partners create, shoot, and provide usable B-roll footage to insert into videos produced by BKAT. Let's get started. So what is B-roll? Is there an A-roll? Yes. A-roll is footage of the main subject and the main story. It's your most important footage, like storylines, interviews, talking heads. B-roll is the additional footage that stitches or glues the entire project together, like cutaways and inserts. Why capture B-roll? B-roll progresses the story forward and helps keep the viewer engaged. It offers clarity to the words being spoken and helps emphasize points being made. It can help connect people emotionally to the story by showing the actual individuals who are involved or describing something that can't adequately be described with words, such as what something looks like before or after an event. Here are some reasons to record B-roll. Number 1. Document important projects, like new buildings, street construction, renovations of old homes. Number 2. To explain specific techniques or procedures for training purposes, like building inspections after a fire, water sanitation procedures, or demonstrating how to complete an employee time card online. Number 3. Archiving important events, like the opening of a new government building or honoring a city official. What to consider when shooting B-roll. Understanding the why. Why are you filming the B-roll? What purpose will the footage serve? For example, the city of Bremerton captured drone footage of Kitsap Lake before and after their cleanup project to visually demonstrate the dramatic change. Shoot with sequence in mind. Remember, B-roll footage helps to propel the story along. This means, if possible, try to capture B-roll at the project start, as the project progresses, and once the project finally wraps. Shoot size. How are you going to capture the action happening in front of you? Will you shoot an extreme wide, a medium shot, a close-up, or an extreme close-up to focus on one specific element? Perspective. Not all your footage should be shot at eye level. Consider changing the angle of some of your shots to keep things interesting. Try filming from a high angle. Also, try shooting from a low angle perspective. Footage requirements. Frame rate. BKAT broadcasts videos at 30 frames per second, actually 29.97. This means for every 1 second of video, there will be 30 different pictures or frames shown. Your B-roll footage will also need to be shot at 30 frames per second. To do so, set your camera's video frame rate to 29.97 frames per second. If your camera doesn't offer 29.97 frames per second, please choose a 30 frames per second option. Video dimensions. Shoot your video at the 16:9 format, also known as landscape. This also applies to smartphone video. When shooting with your smartphone, make sure your phone is horizontal or landscape. Also avoid capturing footage vertically or in portrait mode. Shoot in HD, that's 1920 by 1080 resolution, also known as 1080p. 1080p provides great image quality and the video files will upload quickly to the BKAT Liquid Files account. With that said, we also accept 4K video. However, the workflow will be much easier when 1080p footage is provided. Shooting tips. Shoot smooth footage. Keep your camera steady as possible. To do so, use a tripod. If handheld, avoid shaking the camera and jerky movement. When shooting with a smartphone, hold the phone with both hands and make slow, fluid movements. When capturing a video while moving, consider using a gimbal. This equipment will ensure fluid, smooth video. If you don't have a gimbal, try to limit the amount of steps you are taking when you're moving. Mind your exposure. If you are filming in a situation with low light, make sure your footage is not too dark or underexposed. Use additional lighting if needed. When shooting outside, make sure your footage is not overexposed or too bright. Watch your volume levels. If audio is needed with your B-roll, please watch the audio monitor. If the sound is too low, turn the volume up. If the audio is peaking or distorting, turn the volume down. Mind what you say and when you say it. When you are recording audio, remember your voice will be picked up loudest on the mic. If you don't need to speak, please refrain from doing so. This also goes for any person being filmed on camera doing the B-roll. If speaking is not necessary, please encourage silence. Video length. When capturing footage, if it's a short clip, please record for at least 12 to 20 seconds. If you are capturing the entire sequence of a particular activity, make sure you start rolling at least 3 seconds before the action starts, and wait at least 5 seconds after the activity is done before you press the stop button. This will ensure that the entire action is captured from start to finish. Delivering footage. You can upload your B-roll footage directly to BKAT via liquid files. Find a direct link to upload your footage to liquid files in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and happy shooting.